What's up, Permian Basin? Welcome back to another episode of Workforce Table Talk, where we keep the Permian Basin in the know. For those of you who don't know, my name is Valerie Lotito.
And my name is Diana Mesa. And today we have a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Heather Patton with Odessa College. I work in continuing education, specifically in health careers.
Awesome.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about what you do and how we work together. So tell us a little bit about how this partnership goes.
So Odessa College works directly with Workforce Solutions of the Permian Basin to help students gain access to tuition assistance and other supportive services that your organization provides.
Yes. So for the most part, if we have any referrals, we kind of just, send them out your way. And I know you do vice versa. So that's really good to know. What programs do we specifically, or are we going to specifically talk about today?
So Workforce actually helps us out with our CNA, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and pharmacy tech programs.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so how about your campuses? Where are they located?
So we actually have campuses in Seminole, Andrews, Odessa, Monahans, and Pecos.
Cool, awesome. So aside from WIOA, from the assistance that we can help with from our office, are there any other scholarships that are available?
Yes, Odessa College Continuing Education Office does offer scholarships for our programs.
Okay, so if there's some pending scholarships, those may be able to be applied for these type of programs?
They may be able to be applied.
Okay, awesome.
And how long are the classes normally?
So we've just added an 8-week option for our CNA classes, but most of the classes run between 14 weeks to 9 months, depending on the program.
All right. And what type of training do they get now? And I know with COVID-19, there's a little bit of a difference than what it used to be. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the students will receive in-classroom training, and what we've done is, because the externship isn't possible anymore for quite a few of our programs, we've brought that training in-house. So they'll get their skills training or a simulation lab in the classroom at the same time that they're getting the constructive knowledge transfer from the curriculum.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. So what prerequisites are required?
So the prerequisites that are required are everything on the adult learner checklist. Those things include basic information about demographics. They need a social security card or an ID, their immunizations, they need a CPR card, things like that.
So I know that for the most part, WIOA does give them also a list that you actually provided. So that's good.
Yes.
Awesome. So they're able to get prepared and everything ready before.
Right.
Okay. And how do they enroll, and when should they do that?
So with the pre-registration process, they need to make a Complio account. For Odessa residents, it's $95, and for extension sites, it's $107. But the great thing about this is it includes all of those documents that are on the checklist, as well as providing a background check and a drug screen. So all that stuff is compiled into that program cost. And the great thing about it is it meets all the Texas Administrative Code requirements. Everything on the checklist they'll be able to provide to their employer upon gaining employment, because that's all the requirements, immunizations, and all the documents they're going to need to be employed. And everything on there is everything that they need. So once they've done their Complio account and they've become compliant, then they are able to enroll into a program.
Okay. And I think it sounds like you made it really easy for them to just...
It should be start to finish, yes. And
Okay.
Anytime somebody needs training on that, there is a user guide. There's also a chat service available. And there is we can actually help them up at the school to learn how to upload their documents if needed.
Okay. Is there a time frame when doing all of this, and how do they know that they've been accepted into the program if, it is something that they need to do?
So the biggest portion of this is that they need to be Complio compliant.
Okay.
All those documents have to be submitted. The background check has to be completed. The drug screen has to be in there. Once all of that stuff is completed and finished, they can enroll in a program.
Okay.
But until then, we have to have those things up front.
Okay, and for the most part, kind of like what you said, they have to have that ready. The same thing would be for our program. So for the WIOA, within 45 days, we do have to have them at least enrolled with you guys in order for us to be able to see if they qualify for our program. So that makes sense, and I think here would be just a matter of communication between both entities.
Right. And what's great is as long as they're compliant in the system, they can register or enroll for a class right up to the day of the class starting.
Oh, okay.
So
that works.
Our first classes are starting January 11th, 2021.
Perfect. And I think that's something that now coming up this next month, actually December, they can start coming over to our WIOA offices, making those appointments and start getting qualified for that. So that helps.
Okay. So what kind of documentation do they need to enroll?
It's everything on the checklist, basic demographics. That's just the documentation they need. Immunizations are probably the most important. That's the tricky spot we run into. If anybody went to public school in the state of Texas and they're under the age of 26, their immunizations are actually available online through MTRAC 2. Okay. They can request them online, and the majority of them will be on there other than probably the tuberculosis.
Okay, well, that helps.
Okay. What about tools and materials? What is needed for this?
So most of our programs don't have too many extra things that the students have to purchase outside other than closed-toed shoes, scrubs, and the textbook, or textbooks depending on which program you're in. So there aren't any equipment cost or anything like that.
And if there is, we cover that.
Yeah. If you qualify, WIOA can help.
Yes, we can always help with that. And speaking on that, how much do the courses normally run with? Like at least these 4?
So these 4 in particular, the lowest cost one is $775, and the most expensive one is $3,882.
Okay. Are the clinicals included with this?
Yes.
Okay.
The clinicals are included in the cost of the tuition.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, they just need to get all the other materials and tools previously mentioned.
Yes, they will have to wear scrubs and closed-toed shoes to both the class and the clinical portion, if they have a clinical portion. Yes.
Okay. So what is the success rate for graduation?
So we've been slightly affected by COVID this year, but our success rate is still very high, 87 to 100% depending on the program.
Great.
Really good.
That's really good, even considering COVID.
Yeah.
Okay. What can you talk about what the potential earnings could be for completing this program?
Absolutely. So of these 4 programs that we're discussing here today, the median national pay in 2019 for a CNA was $14. Medical assisting was $16. Pharmacy technician was $16, and phlebotomy technician is $17. Now this is the national average for those positions, mainly because there are different specialties, there's different shift differential, there's a lot of factors that go into that. So, students need to look at their job market and assess the position that they're trying to obtain and whether it's a specialty position or not.
And usually we assess them with our WIOA program as well, if it's something that, don't only do it because it's easier, but will this be something for the future?
Absolutely.
And I think it goes into this next question, which is what is expected after graduation?
So what we're expecting after graduation is for the students to find an entry-level position and obtain employment, and then hopefully come back to Odessa College and find and continue their career pathway through some of our other programs.
Yeah.
That, like our CNA program that'll branch into our nursing program, our bachelor's program, and some of our other programs.
Expand themselves.
Absolutely.
And are you partnered with any employers?
We are partnered with all the major medical facilities regionally, and we also have several partners not only with the hospitals, but nursing homes, clinics, specialty labs.
Oh, okay.
So
that's really good. So I think they can always contact you to get like a full range of list, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So how about students in high school? How can they benefit from this?
So we currently have partnerships with ISDs in Seminole, Andrews, Odessa, Monahans, and Pecos with a CNA program. We're training CNAs currently. ECISD this year has gone ahead and said they want to do more, and we're doing CNA and dental assisting this year.
Awesome. That's really cool. What about Ed2Go? What is that? And can you explain how it works and what the enrollment process is?
Sure. So we are aware that not everybody can fit into a traditional schedule and come to a class during the day or even in the evening sometimes. We realize people work overnight or work weekends. So Ed2Go is a great option because it's completely online, and it offers people who may have a non-traditional work schedule the opportunity to also learn and to grow and to potentially earn a certification just like everyone else.
So how do they go about enrolling for that?
So everything's either online or by phone. They'll do the process through our website, the Odessa.edu website. They can go through My Health Careers website and go to online CE. Online CE classes.
Okay.
Now with Ed2Go,
If not, we'll link it down below.
I'm
Don't
gonna
worry.
put that link down below.
with Ed2Go, what's really interesting about their offerings is they have short courses and they have long courses. The short courses, they can be done in a week or a few hours or in a few weeks, whereas the long courses can take a few months to get something more substantial and more credentialed. But what's neat about the short courses is, say you are interested in something, but you're not really sure if you want to do that program. Some of those classes are only $150 and it's an introduction into something. You can try it out and see if you like it.
That's great.
So it gives people the opportunity to
See if it's a fit.
see if it's a fit before they actually go on and do the full program.
Cool.
It always works.
I know.
So anything that you have new upcoming that we want to know about?
Absolutely. So
Hey,
Always.
everything we have.
I have
Always,
lots of programs. So we only talked about the 4 here today, but I do have other programs available at Odessa College Continuing Education. We have dental assisting, massage therapy, clinical medical laboratory assistant, and we do have CPR classes. I do have 2 new classes probably coming in January, but I don't want to let the cat out of the bag on those quite yet.
So
Maybe to be continued.
To be
Yeah.
continued
Part
in
2.
January.
Yes, absolutely. And all of these sound really good. And I think some of the things that you've touched on are really great too. The flexibility, timeframes, and even the places where they can go to. Who can they contact? How can they contact if it's going to be you? Do you have timeframes?
Yes, absolutely. So we are located at 2714 Robertson Avenue in the Gregory D. Williams Hall Continuing Education Building, directly across the street from the main campus on University. You can reach us at 432-335-6580, or you can email us at conted@odessa.edu. And we are open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 and on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We are working remote on Fridays at this time, but you'll still be able to get a hold of us through the phone numbers and the email.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so are there any websites we should know about?
Yes, if you're interested about any of these health career programs, just go into odessa.edu, and in the search bar, just put in health careers, and it'll take you to the page for all the information regarding any of these programs. Also, we do have an Odessa College Continuing Education Facebook page where you can follow for any updates or new information coming out about our programs.
Awesome.
And you do have, I believe, a link on your website for us, right? So
Yes.
that if you're interested in the WIOA program and our services, you can find that link even on their website and be able to schedule an appointment, correct?
Yes, we do have your link and a way to schedule appointments with Workforce
Cool.
on the website.
Thank you for
That's
doing
great.
that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And I do want to remind everybody that everything is case by case. Just because you're in a situation that maybe you're enrolled and you need some sort of assistance in mid semester, we can always help. If you can, go to Heather, come to us. We always try to find a way to help out and make sure that you're successful. There's, I think, no stopping anyone at this
Right.
point. So.
It's never too late to get started.
That's very
Absolutely.
true. Very
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
Better late than never. So, and then we want to also touch on our Facebook page. We want to make sure that you guys go and like our Facebook page, get information that we're doing, in any partnerships that we have. We're also putting that on our Facebook page. Any fun little things about our services, things that you guys might enjoy. So we try and keep up to date with things happening with Texas Workforce Commission and other places in the community. So check that out. go like our page.
And as always, we always end our podcast with a quote. So I'll hand it over to you. As tradition.
If you are not progressing, you're regressing. So keep moving forward. Elon Musk.
Wow.
Really good.
Thank you, Heather.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure
me.
having you. Again, we'll have all of your information below, and yeah, we're excited for this partnership.
Yes, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, you guys have a good one.
So if you didn't know before, now you know.